Is there a benefit to having multiple meditation sessions a day, especially after the stresses of the day would hit? This is one of the questions from one of our members at the Soul Work, our community. And the answer to this is yes. And I say this because I had a chance to experience the benefit of just that over a 30-day period. And I ended up putting together I called it a transformational tracker to allow me to see if there would be any benefits to that. And this is what I came up with by the end of the 30 days. Absolutely. The one thing I realized was that my level of focus was like anything I had experienced before. It was just so much more heightened and so much more focused. I felt that I was super focused. I felt that I was even more connected to myself in a way that was so grounded. It was a next level. But also, my ability to take on whatever would come at me throughout the day would be made so much easier because I had this ability to, well, ground myself in ways where throughout the day I could do that, and that would allow me to go through the tough times of the day, especially when unexpected things would happen. An unexpected workload would fall on my lap, and I would still be able to go through these. So by the end of the day, I felt that the day was great. And for those days where the days were challenging, to feel that I handled it the way they should have been, those things should have been handled. I felt accomplished still, and still with a good amount of energy at the end of the day. So I never felt like I was drained. I felt that I was just ready to go for the next day. So the way that I would go about it was very simple. I made sure that I had different touch points throughout the day. I would, of course, have the meditation in the morning. And at some point during the day, midday, I would have another touch point. And then to make sure that at night, I have the last touch point. And so that did a few things. And I feel that for someone who wants to be able to do that, just like this member in Soul Work, I feel that someone needs to be more on the intermediate type of level when it comes to that meditation journey. And I say this because if someone is at a point where they just naturally do their meditation every day or at least often, and they're at a point where they're just looking to be more consistent and feel that they can go to that next level and start wondering, okay, well, how would that work if I was able to have these multiple sessions a day? Then this is perfect for that individual. If you're just a beginner and you're having a hard time staying consistent with one meditation, the one in the morning, I would say this is probably not for you. But if someone is beyond that point, perfect. So the way that I would do it is I would have a meditation in the morning, and again I would have that touch point in the afternoon at some point midday. It wouldn't be long, and then at the end of the night, as I said, have that last one before going to bed. So what I found what would happen is that the energy that I would create in the morning during that meditation that I would carry throughout the day would be almost like a slingshot effect, where I would carry it until midday, have another touch point with myself that wouldn't be long again, and that energy would be fueled. And at that point, reconnecting with myself would help me stay grounded, not be so reactive to the day, and really feel like I owned the day. And so, as this would happen, and let's say more things would come on, that would be fine because I would have the bandwidth, the capacity, the groundedness to still deal with everything and not feel like I am reacting. And then I would feel the pressure of all of these, we'll say, stressors and unexpected events that would happen, or more work that would have to be suddenly done. I would feel the pressure, but as I would go through that, I would feel insulated and strong within this chaos, so to speak. And in a way, it's I would be almost like that eye in the storm. That's how it felt when I did that for 30 days and had these three touch points. And so, speaking of the third one, the one at the end, before going to bed, was a good way to kind of close that loop, and that loop of gratitude and reflecting on the day, because I find that to do it that way would create the kind of energy where, from one, it would be a good way to just let go of the day and everything that happened that day. So not only I could have a great night's sleep, but also it would almost be like a twofold effect. Number one, there would be that reset, because I found that when I was doing that, I would just let go of the buzz of the day, that energy, that chaotic energy of the day, because of all the stressors. But also now, with me closing the loop, and especially in gratitude, that energy would be carried on to the next day. And so when I would wake up, I would still feel this great energy, and I would still feel grounded. And I would go into my morning meditation, and then boom, that would be the loop. And so I did that for 30 days, and it was very cool that as I was doing that, I would see the different shifts, the different levels that I would reach in terms of the momentum that I was building, the level of focus that I was having, the amount of groundedness, and the clarity that I would have throughout that process. So that has been my experience with having these multiple touch points throughout the day. Eventually, for myself, it feels like I'm able to do it multiple times throughout the day. It just comes naturally now. But at first, I would say, yes, have these three touch points: morning, midday, and then the one at night. So if you find that this has been helpful, great. Otherwise, for this specifically, and again, if you are at that intermediate type level on your meditation journey, I am going to attach a tracker that breaks that down, so you know exactly what it is that you need to look for, how to go about it in a way that is seamless. And that will also have some prompts in there. And so that document is going to be downloadable for free in the Soul Work community. I am going to attach a link to it below this video here. But again, the big question was, is there a benefit to having those multiple touch points? The answer is absolutely yes. And the good news is that it doesn't even take that long to have them. So it's totally feasible. I would say that for someone to really see the benefits of it, 30 days. If you commit for 30 days to see, you will see the major difference it will have for you. When I remember going through it, I did it the first 7 days. I saw the improvement. It was at day 14, or that midway point, that I really started feeling the shift. Day 20, 25, things really started cooking. And then by the end, it was just unbelievable to look back and take a look at the patterns in the journal to see how everything unfolded and how I felt by the end of the 30 days. So I invite you to try it out. And again, I'm going to have that free document, PDF, in the Soulwork community. Try it out. Let me know what you think, how it's helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Talk to you soon. And again, my name is Mick. Bye-bye.